Messages of support for the King have been pouring in from around the world, including from the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who said on Twitter, wishing His Majesty a full and speedy recovery. I have no doubt he'll be back to full strength in no time, and I know the whole country will be wishing him well. Joining me now is TalkTV's chief political correspondent once more, Mr. Peter Cardwell. Peter, thanks for being here still for us. They've obviously been coming in large numbers from various heads of state, from people in the world of entertainment. All sorts of people have been talking about Prince Charles and sending him messages. Give us a flavour of some of them, please.
Yeah, there are lots, as you say, from entertainment, from politics, but not just from the Commonwealth, but around the world as well. Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister, tweeted, "The whole country will be rooting for the King today. Best wishes to Charles III for a full and speedy recovery." Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, said, "On behalf of Londoners, I wish His Majesty a speedy and full recovery. I look forward to his return to full health as soon as possible." And Mike, this news came out at 6 o'clock, and I think one of the first tweets I saw was actually from Sir Keir Starmer, who will have, I don't know whether he was told officially, but certainly he would have got wind of the fact that something was happening. And he wrote, "On behalf of the Labour Party, I wish His Majesty all the very best for his recovery. We look forward to seeing him back in swift full health." Joe Biden as well, stateside, both he and Donald Trump have tweeted as well. Joe Biden said, well, he was asked by reporters in Las Vegas what his message was for the King. He said he had just heard his diagnosis. "I'm concerned about him," he told reporters. That was at a union event. He said, "Hopefully I'll be talking to him soon." But he said navigating a cancer diagnosis, treatment and survivorship takes hope and absolute courage. Jill and I, of course, Jill Biden is a medical doctor. Dr. Jill Biden, he sent best wishes from them as well. And Donald Trump, of course, is running for president. He put, "King Charles has cancer. He is a wonderful man who got to know well during my presidency, and we all pray that he has a fast and full recovery." And just one more, Mike, from Justin Trudeau. Remember that the King is, of course, head of state in Canada.
And was due to go there, I think, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah. So the plan was to be around May time. So that trip is probably postponed, I would imagine. We'll see. But he said, like Canadians across the country and people around the world, said Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, "I'm thinking about His Majesty King Charles III as he undergoes treatment for cancer. We're sending him our very best wishes and hoping for a fast and full recovery."
Yes. I mean, Donald Trump there, the only one who wrote his in capital letters.
Yes.
I don't suppose that's particularly significant.
I don't think we can read too much into that.
No, but it does stand out, doesn't it?
So, well, he often draws an exclamation mark in there as well. The one that I found interesting as well was Michelle O'Neill, the new First Minister, from my part of the world, from Northern Ireland, who, I mean, much better relations now than Sinn Féin previously. Of course, she attended the coronation, she attended the Queen's funeral as well, and sent her best wishes, even though within the last 36 hours, she said,
and there it is.
Very sorry to hear of King Charles's illness, and I want to wish him well for his treatment and a full and speedy recovery. I mean, she, within the last 36 hours, called for a united Ireland to get rid of the monarchy.
Yes.
But has warm personal relations with Charles, and as the leader, or one of the leaders of Northern Ireland, wanted to wish him well.
Yes, and Hamza Yusuf as well in Scotland, I think.
That's right,
one of his
and Mark Drakeford in Wales as well. But interesting from the SNP. The SNP don't necessarily want to get rid of the monarchy, but they do want certainly independence for Scotland. And it is interesting, of course, that Hamza Yusuf put that out, as did Mark Drakeford, the First Minister of Wales.
Right, Liz Truss I've got here as well. She ends hers with "God save the King," sending every best wish to His Majesty the King and the royal family as he undergoes his treatment for cancer. He will be in our thoughts and prayers. I mean, I think it also means, really, doesn't it, that this is a big story, not just because, you know, we in the media are fascinated by the royal family, or because we think that, you know, the royal family means an awful lot to an awful lot of people. You know, it's about cancer, it's about health, it's about family, it's about so many things. And for people overseas who are watching, you know, their news bulletins being led by this story, it's quite a sort of a seismic event, isn't it?
It is, and as we found out in the last year and a half, you know, the royals are mortal. They do suffer the same afflictions as the rest of us. The Queen was 96 when she died. King Charles has been king, crowned anyway, for less than a year. And this is something that really, I think, shaken the nation, actually. And people want the opportunity to send their good wishes. And, of course, the Queen knew she was held in huge affection, but this is an opportunity. And hopefully the King will be on the throne for a long time to come. As Liz Truss said, God save the King. But at the same time, I think a lot of people want to make their feelings known very quickly.
Right.
And in this media age as well, it's so easy to do that, to put that on Twitter or another social media account and make it clear that, yes, you know, you're sending best wishes, even if you're not a royalist.
And as we found with the late Queen's death, you know, it makes you look into your own kind of views of the royal family.
Of course,
Makes
yeah.
you look into your own life in a way. I mean, my own mother, when the Queen passed, said she more or less lived exactly through the same years that I
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
and it felt to her as though she could now pass on happily because the Queen had gone. You know, I mean, it was that personal to a lot of people.
Well, my grandmother died at 96, a few months after the Queen was exactly the same age. You know,
Yeah.
a few months later was her birthday. But it's interesting. Just you do think about it, and you do think of people not just as the head of state, not
Yeah.
just as this person we sort of think we know, but actually
Right.
don't know.
Right.
You know, everybody has an opinion on King Charles, but how many of us actually know him
Yes.
really well, even if we've read lots about
Right.
him or heard lots about him? So yes, there is a lot here, and I think you know, to see so soon into his reign that he has cancer, which half of people will have at some stage in their life, and at 75, which these days is still pretty young.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, it's a story because it's so common,
Yes.
but it's also a story because of who he is.
And he is in such a rare and privileged position. So, no, there are lots of reasons for this. And I think that hopefully we all wish, well, vast majority of people wish the royal family very, very well. And it'll be interesting to see what happens within that as well. We know Harry is coming from Los Angeles, perhaps some sort of family, obviously a family reunion, but hopefully he'll get on better, certainly with his father and his brother as well. He'll be feeling the strain because his own wife, Princess Kate, the Princess of Wales, of course, has had major abdominal surgery at the age of just 42.
Yeah.
So the royal family, you know, Fergie as well, Sarah Ferguson has skin cancer. They have not their sorrows to seek at the moment.
Absolutely right. We'll be talking about Harry very shortly. But Peter, thank you very much indeed. I know you